Hey everybody, welcome back to the Platinum Trophy Show Remastered. This is episode 15 of my weekly trophy show. Platinum Trophy Show is our one-stop shop for all the PlayStation news that's happening this week, as well as all the trophy news, trophy commentary and discussions, and all things trophy related. Let's get on with the show.
And I don't know if I can take it anymore.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now if you're a new viewer of the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I do new videos on this channel every single day, looking at the latest trophies and PlayStation and gaming news. Sometimes there's trophy guides, sometimes there's lists, sometimes there's just news videos with opinions. And if you hit that subscribe button, you can stay up to date. Now this week we've had an enormous influx of new subscribers to the channel, so thank you guys so much for coming. If you're coming across this video as well, this is our weekly show. We look at all the latest trophy hunting news and things like that, so if you're after your sort of 30-minute dose of PlayStation and trophies, then this is the right place for you to be. Now before we kick off, I do want to say a big thank you to everyone. Thank you guys so much for the support over on the Twitch channel. The channel has kind of blown up a little bit over the last week or so. I started it last Saturday and I hit Twitch affiliate status this Saturday, which is pretty incredible. That's literally 7 days and I was able to check all the boxes for affiliate status. That doesn't happen that often by the sounds of it. I thought it was actually going to be a lot harder to get Twitch affiliate, but turns out we got there in a week, which is, it's kind of scary and overwhelming, but also awesome and exciting at the same time. We've been having a ton of fun over on Twitch. We platinumed the game last week. We've been playing some UFC. This week we checked out Marvel's Avengers. Next week, who knows what it's going to be, but I've got a Twitch schedule over on the channel. If you guys want to check that out, I'd encourage you guys to come over there and hang out. Even if you're not into Twitch, it's a great way to just chat and communicate. YouTube comments are good, but it's not like that one-on-one chatting and communication. So if you haven't come across there yet and you want to go and have a chat with me, come over to Twitch and do that, and we can have a conversation about it. If not, that's completely okay. Thank you for supporting the YouTube channel and all of the videos I make over here. I do really appreciate that as well. Oh, I've also changed the setup slightly. So we got our new studio lights. They're there and there. So they light my face differently. And the cool thing about them is I can change it from yellow to white light. So currently you're seeing I'm sitting in a dark room. Everything is dark in here, but I've got the yellow lights illuminating my face, and we've got the red lights in the background there, which kind of look nice and glowy. Whereas previously I had to have headlights on so that, you know, you could see everything. You don't really care. But it's a cool new setup. We also got a new microphone, which I've been using as well. It's a nice little arm microphone, so it can sit just off camera for you guys not to be able to see it and still pick up all the audio and everything. So hopefully things start to sound better and look better as well. With the new lights, I can now do different angles. I don't have to be as restrictive around sitting in that one static angle that I was stuck in for the last couple of months. So I'm also pretty stoked about that. Get a nice view of the two cabinets behind me now, which I'm a big fan of. It means I can move around here a little bit. Does mean that I'm going to be like looking at the screen directly though, instead of sideways like we previously were. But I like my face being lit more this way. It's just better. All right. This week, we're taking a look at a couple of different news stories. There's actually not much. First of all, we had this thing about Need for Speed. So over on Push Square, there's this rumored remaster of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit appearing on Amazon UK, which is kind of exciting. You guys probably remember this one. Hot Pursuit was one of the more popular Need for Speed games. One of PS3's best arcade races in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. The Criterion developed Cops and Robbers game. So this was the one they made just after they finished Burnout Paradise. There was one, everyone was hoping this would be like Burnout, and it wasn't, but it was almost there. It was almost there. A product listing on Amazon UK has appeared for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. The page looks like a placeholder for now with no images, and just Nintendo Switch and Xbox One listed for the formats. The product page also suggests price point and release date of 13th of November. Look, I wouldn't be completely shocked if this was real. EA remastered Burnout Paradise, and that's the only game they've ever remastered. They never did Dead Space or Mass Effect, which are the two big pillar games from EA, which I would have expected to see a remastered from, or maybe even Dragon Age as well. And they've never touched any of those games, which is kind of bizarre. They did sort of, I guess Burnout was a really good test bed for them, and they kind of felt that maybe Need for Speed is as well. I guess maybe they're needing another racing game for their kind of lineup of stuff, perhaps, and that's why this makes sense. Racing games tend to sell quite well just because they're very mainstream. They're PG titles, which means kids can buy them and play them, and they're pretty straightforward and popular with most people. I mean, most people will play a racing game, and if you're into Need for Speed and you've played these games in the past, then maybe you'll check it out as well. So I guess it kind of makes sense. I wouldn't be shocked if it's real. The only thing that does surprise me is that it would be a PS4 game versus a PS5 game at this point, given PS5 is probably going to be out by that point. maybe, I don't know. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that kind of surprises me, but otherwise I think it's definitely possible. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Now I've done a separate video about this Last of Us Grounded update, but as a bit of a recap, well, you can go check that out on the channel if you want more information, but as a bit of a recap, there's a new update for Last of Us called Grounded. It adds 2 new trophies to the game, one for finishing the game on Grounded difficulty, which is like a super hard difficulty, and then one for finishing the game with permadeath enabled. So obviously if you die, you get sent back to the start of the level or the start of the game. There's also a ton of other new content added to this. They've said here Grounded, permadeath, new trophies, new modifiers, and new feature improvements. One of the things they've added is like some additional accessibility controls, as well as some new filters and things for the game as well. It's a cool new update for the game. I think this is the right way to do these kind of things, adding trophies on later for difficulty. I think this is a very top way of doing it. Keeps the trophy list super accessible for the platinum, means that everyone can come in, it's not gatekeeped in any way, and then the hardcore people can go back later, they can earn this trophy, and then they've kind of got their little tick there for bragging rights, and that's really what it's all about at the end of the day. Dead by Daylight had a new update this week as well. They added cross-platform support for this game, which is pretty cool. I used to be a massive Dead by Daylight fan, so this is pretty exciting for me. So they've just said Behavior Interactive has announced that cross-play and cross-friends has come to its asymmetrical multiplayer horror game. You can now play with PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, which is pretty sweet. It was a massive update. I think it was like 7 or 8 gigs. I downloaded it this week. You can also turn that off as well if you just want to play with console players or just want to play with Xbox players. But because the communities are so fractured, a game like this really needs like the entire player base together. So I think this is rad. I like this update a lot. I'm a fan of this game, as you guys probably know because I've talked about it a few times on the channel. The one thing that is a bit of a shame here is that it doesn't allow you to play, like take your save data from PS4 and then play it on other platforms. I think if you could play the game across multiple platforms, that would help heaps. I have the game on Switch as well, but I don't really want to play it on Switch because I don't want to have to start again. But if I could carry my progress across from PC or PS4, I'd probably be more likely to do that. I really do wish more games would start doing that as well. Maybe that's like the next iteration of cross-play. Now we had this update about Control Ultimate Edition as well. This is a really weird situation. So Remedy announced that 505 are publishing a, I guess, Game of the Year edition of Control coming out on PS4 next month. It's essentially the game with all of the DLC added into one package. So you get it at a discounted rate by buying it all together, I suppose, as one single thing. Ultimate Edition, Game of the Year Edition, what do you want to call it? This edition will also release on PS5 later in 2020 as well, according to this article here. I'll play the trailer as well so you can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, essentially you'll be able to do that. I think it's a bit of a weird situation because the current version of the game won't be available for cross-play. Only this version of the game is available for cross-play, and I think that's the weird part about this. So if you buy the Ultimate Edition for PS4, you'll upgrade to the PS5 version for free, which means that's great, I guess, if you're a new player. However, if you already own the base game, you won't be able to upgrade to the PS5 version of the game. There won't be a free upgrade path. I don't really understand why. The game is the same game. They're not really adding a huge amount more to this, so I don't understand why they're doing it this way. It feels a bit dodgy to me that they're doing that, especially because the game is quite good as well, so it's a shame they're kind of locking it that way. I guess it's up to them. They can do whatever they want to do, but yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel right. I don't want to talk about that too much anyway. It's I don't like the business practice there. Okay, so DC fandom, we're due for 2 big reveals now. So last week we got information about Suicide Squad, game which is going to be revealed at DC Fandom. That's happening this week, so that's taking place on the 22nd of August. I'll have a video up on the channel after that occurs so we can take a look at what that means. We've also confirmed another Batman game will also be revealed at DC Fandom, this one being developed by WB Montreal, the other guys who did Batman Arkham Origins over on the PS3 as well. It was a very competent game, it just kind of got missed out from like the collection and everything else. But yeah, so we're getting 2 massive games from WB, which is quite cool. It makes sense now why they were going to have an E3 press conference, given they had 2 pretty massive IPs from DC. This is exciting news though, I guess, so looking forward to seeing what these look like when they get revealed next week. Like I said, I'll have more content up on the channel when that happens. Now this came out of nowhere. This actually surprised me quite a bit. Let's play the trailer here. The Walking Dead is getting another game. Walking Dead Onslaught brings walkers back to PSVR next month. You can see the trailer playing for it now. This is a AMC's Walking Dead tie-in game. So while we've had other games in the Walking Dead universe, which essentially are just zombie games, this is a VR game based on the AMC show. So you playing as characters from the show like Rick and Daryl. And I believe they've got Norman Reedus back to voice act Daryl, his character from the show. Unfortunately, they couldn't get Andrew Lincoln to voice Rick. They have someone else voicing him, which it's a bit of a shame. I really enjoyed the first couple of seasons of The Walking Dead, then it sort of fell off and I stopped watching it. The Walking Dead game that came out earlier this year in VR was a really, really good game, so I'm hoping this is as well. Given it's a bit more of a tie-in with the TV show, I don't know, it could be like a dodgy licensed game, but hopefully it's good. The trailer makes it look really neat. I'm kind of excited for it, and honestly it came out of nowhere. It's coming out on the 29th of September for PlayStation VR, so you don't actually even have to wait that long until it launches, which is also a really cool thing. I like that when a game is just like revealed and launched pretty much straight away. Now that is all the gaming news that we had this week. But we do have some trophies to look at. There's not much, if I'm being honest, but let's have a look at them all. Crysis had its trophies revealed this week, and yeah, Crysis Remastered is coming. We knew it was coming because we've had teasers and stuff for this game so far, and this is its full trophy list. We've got 41 trophies, 1 platinum, 3 golds, 10 silvers, and 27 bronze. The trophy list is fine, and you can look through it here. We're not going to go through it all. Because it is actually just the same trophy list that is on the PlayStation 3 version of the game. Now, it's exactly the same. The trophies are identical. And nothing else will be different because it is just a remaster. So the trophy list or the guide over here on PSN trophies.org, which is written by Sir Palkia, says that it's going to take you around 10 hours, 1 playthrough, and it's going to be about a 3 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. So I'd call this a pretty easy platinum trophy to earn. Which is neat. So that's there. I don't know. If you guys are interested, I can pull together a guide for this one as well. I mean, I might look at doing that anyway, just so it's like there in preparation for when the game launches. Yeah, we've got Crysis's trophies, which have gone live. So there's that. We had this educational games for kids trophy list that went live. I think we might have talked about this last week, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Or maybe I just looked at it last week. I thought this was going to be an easy plat, and like it could be based on the trophies, but it doesn't look like they were actually out trying to make an easy platinum game because there's a ton of bronze in this game. It looks like they were trying to make a game maybe for kids, and it's probably just come off as an easy platinum. You've got gold trophies for finding all North American states without tips or errors, which I mean, maybe is fine for like our North American users, but I don't really know all the states in North America because I'm from Australia and we never had to learn them. Same here. All the capital cities in Europe without any tips. I mean, I could give it a go, but it's going to be challenging. I guess you could use a guide of some sort, but yeah, I don't know. This could be an easy plat when it comes out. No information on when this game comes out yet, though, so stay tuned. I'm sure it's just going to pop up on the PlayStation Store in a couple of days. So we had Escape from, what is this, the Theses or something like that by Whimsical. It's not like a Radleek or East Asia Soft game, and I was kind of like not sure about this one at first because I saw this trophy here for finishing the game on normal mode, easy mode, and I was like, they've got difficulty based trophies, but it only looks like normal and easy. There's nothing here for finishing it on hard or anything like that. There is one trophy for finishing the game in under 90 minutes, but I don't know how that's going to go down. I would say this is going to be a pretty easy plat. It's very gold, obviously, and silver heavy, only 1 bronze. So my assumption would be that this is probably going to be an easy plat as well. I don't know what kind of game it is. So yeah, you play at your own risk, I guess. We had Prehistoric Dude come out. This is an easy plat from Radleaker. It's going to take you around 20-30 minutes. Again, this week, I didn't have a chance to get any of my trophy roadmaps out for any of the games I was hoping to do. I spent a lot more time doing Fall Guys and Twitch streaming than I'd planned to this week, which as a result meant I couldn't finish off a lot of the roadmaps I was planning on doing. Hopefully this week I'll be able to bring a few more of them to the channel. I've kind of been following the trends a little bit with videos though. The list videos that I've been doing around the PlayStation Summer Sale have been performing very well on the channel, so I've been doubling down on those a little bit more versus the roadmaps. A lot of the smaller games, like the Radleaker games, those roadmaps just don't perform that well on the channel. They normally only sit at a couple of hundred views, whereas roadmaps for bigger games, Ghost of Tsushima, they can get up to around 10,000 views. So I kind of just have to pick and choose where I spend my time on these ones. I still want to cover the smaller and easier platinums, but I just want to make sure that I'm servicing you guys best as well and making sure that that's exactly what you want to see and you're getting what you want from the channel, because that's kind of what's important to me. And when the majority of viewers tell me, hey, this is what I want, I'm going to keep kind of making more of those kind of videos. So that's why I've kind of slowed down those roadmaps. They're not gone or anything like that. I just thought I kind of owed you guys an explanation because I've been saying for weeks now I'm getting roadmaps out and I haven't been doing them. So that's the reason. We had another stack for the trophy list of Daggerhood as well, which is a Radleaker game that came out I think earlier in the year, or it might have even been last year. If you're after this one, it's a really easy plat as well. You can see here, it's going to take you like less than an hour, one playthrough, 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. So a pretty straightforward Radalika Platinum if you're after that one too. There's so many Radalika stacks, it's insane. Okay, so Mortal Shell had its trophy lists go live, and I had to look through this, and I thought, you know, like it's very bronze light, which is a good thing. If we look at the golds, they're like weirdly named things like Complete Mortal Shell. I mean, that's finished the game, right? But Renounce Humankind. I guess that's like a narrative-based thing, perhaps. We've got here, beat the game in Obsidian Dark Form. I don't know if that's like an ability. Unlock the secret lore, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I looked through this and I kind of thought, all right, it doesn't look too bad. Trophy list looks pretty decent. What kind of game is this? And it turns out the game is it's a Souls-like game. This trailer is a bit slow to pick up, but you'll be able to see as we keep going here. You just got you guys by the campfire and stuff like that here, but we'll see some combat shortly. And, you know, it looks very Souls-like in the animation and in the art style as well. And then you start seeing the gameplay, and it appears to be that slow combat Souls-like gameplay, which I love. I'm a big fan of these kind of games. I was actually playing another sci-fi Souls-like game this week on Twitch, an indie game. This appears to be another sort of indie-style Souls game, so it could be really fun and satisfying in terms of gameplay. And the trophy list actually looks pretty decent as well in terms of like not being an overwhelmingly difficult trophy list. So this definitely appealed to me. I have an interest in this game. It doesn't come out till next week on the PlayStation Store, but I'm pretty keen to check it out, especially if the trophies appear to be as easy as I think they do. So yeah, that's Mortal Shell. I'm very, very intrigued by this game. We had another Palgi Games trophy list go live. This is Alpha Set by Palgi. It looks like there's 2 more stacks for Vita here if you're into those stacks. I personally just I don't enjoy the Palgi games at all, but I know a lot of you guys do, so I've added this here. It's more to make you guys aware that this is another easy trophy list that's coming up. There's just so many of these word-based Palgi games now. I mean, given how easy some of these platinums are that are popping up, you can kind of pick and choose the ones you want to play these days, which is quite funny to say. But you really can. You can pick and choose the easy versus hard ones. We've got this one here, Rusty Gun, coming out as well. This isn't a Radalika or East Asia Soft game as far as I know, but there's a ton of people with 100% on this one as well. So it's going to be another easy plat by the looks of it. This 8-bit sort of style game here, as you can see from this picture. This is going to be another easy one, I can guarantee you that. And then last on the list we have Tanks of Demons. There's only 3 people that have got the trophies in this, but 2 of them are platinum achievers, which means that it's going to be another easy platinum game. I don't know who the publisher or the developer is of this one as well, but like it's a Radalika trophy list, or it feels like a Radalika trophy list with like complete 5 levels, second boss, 10 levels, 12 levels, final level, purchase tank. Nothing here for like finish the game on hard or anything like that. It's like collect 50 photons, 100 photons, and it's all stuff that like, you know, it's going to be really straightforward. I've gone through the entirety of the trophy list, not on the video obviously, but in my own time, and this is going to be easy. You can just tell when you read them, like this is going to be another one that you should check out if you're interested in easy plats. The thing is though, like every week now there are like 5 or 6 of these easy plats. It's so hard to keep up, and you really can pick and choose what you're after. That's the thing. But that's actually it this week. That's all of the games that I was going to talk about on PSN Profiles. Pretty straightforward week in terms of platinums. Nothing really else there that's worth mentioning, I would have to say. And news was pretty light as well. I don't know, what have you guys been playing this last week? Let me know down in the comments section below. I'm very curious to find out what you guys are up to at the moment. I know some of you are playing Ghost of Tsushima still, perhaps. I've been playing UFC this week, and I'm enjoying that a lot. Maybe some of you guys are into that as well. Curious to find out. Next week we have the DC Fandom event, so that should be interesting to finally get some information about that. Otherwise, that's about it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Come over and join me on Twitch if you haven't already done so. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode and this week's news and content. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a great evening.
And you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself, and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free.